Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. 20, 10, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25. To the 26-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football, be before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Give him 9 there on a first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Looking to throw. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes going for the deep ball. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And he's able to put it through. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Andy Janovich, 57 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. McManus's point after is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they end it.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos goes. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. Colquitt on the kick as he sends it away. Taking it about the 36. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit! Gone!
Back to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and some room to maneuver. And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Adam Gotsis in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Mahomes now already over 200 yards in this first quarter. And he's got another 1st and 10. And this one is incomplete. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Move 45! Move 45! Left!
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target. As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown. Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over. Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Leopard!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And now running right through it. Now he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And going deep for Hill. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Gone!
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And out across midfield down to the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Tyreek Hill on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mahomes now on first down. Steps away to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is brought in at the 21. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Looking deep downfield.
Touchdown, Kansas City. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away. Yeah,
the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Mahomes will try again on second down. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now fourth down coming up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to first and goal. They come out here in the eye. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. They get it to him running left. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he hits his target, DeeScott Hamilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And McManus able to put it through. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And now here comes Kansas City. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well,
it's caught inside the 25. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 61 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Here's Mahomes to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Hill. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 67 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Williams. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes, escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean,
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. 83 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventional. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. Tyreek Hill set to return it. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chiefs. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? the one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
Gone!
He'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Back to throw here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos cut into that lead. And his kick is good. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. Open space inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. High-scoring game. These offenses continue to hum and move the football.
And I don't know about you, partner, but I'm starting to get a little winded here because watching them go up and down the field, here in Denver where the air is rare, I think we need to go ask the chief. And
he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Taken right around the 44. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And the return will stop right around the 25. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game, 8.
The eight. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah. It's Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On first down, Mahomes. And he fins him, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and possession will switch hands, first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Gun!
They'll look to throw here on first down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. again. It's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Ace, ace.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards on the play, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. McManus now for the extra point. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand, taking a knee. And guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.
you.